Hey everyone, and welcome to Behind the Desk. I am Lauren Hodge, Relocation Director with Lake Norman Realty, and today I am joined by our agent, Shawn Murphy.
Thanks for having me, Lauren.
You're so welcome. I'm glad you're here. This is our very first video of the series. So first up, where do you live currently? How long have you been in the area? A little bit about that.
So as of last month, we have lived in Mooresville, North Carolina for 10 years.
A decade.
Yes.
And do you love it?
Absolutely love it.
Where'd you come from?
So my wife and I are both natives of southern Wisconsin. I grew up in Janesville, which is located along I-90 between Madison, Wisconsin and Chicago, Illinois, although it's much closer to Madison than to Chicago. So, and then my wife is from Lake Geneva, Wisconsin, which is a very popular tourist spot outside of Chicago. Lots of gorgeous lake and lots of incredible waterfront properties there.
Awesome. You're just following the lakes here.
Indeed.
All right, Shawn, now tell us a little bit about your real estate journey, like how long you've been an agent, and then kind of what got you into real estate.
In terms of residential real estate, I've been with Lake Norman Realty for just about 8 years. My wife had a job opportunity, which is what brought us to the area originally. Our kids were 6 and 10 at the time. And as we got settled here, I needed something with a little flexibility, and real estate was just kind of a natural fit based upon some of my background and knowledge.
And your dazzling personality.
Thank you. Thank you.
You said you had a career and a background before you started in real estate. What was that? What was that like?
I did. So my family had a billboard advertising and sign contractor business in Wisconsin, at which I carried, I wore many hats over the years, one of which was the real estate manager for the company, which involved negotiating land leases, working with property owners, learned a lot about permits, zoning, land use. And so that's one of the things that has really helped my real estate career. My father-in-law is a custom home builder in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. And so throughout the years, I've been around many of his multi-million-dollar waterfront property builds, commercial property that they've renovated that was, from the early 1900s. Just gained a lot of knowledge about properties, buildings, real estate in general.
Honestly, this was the next step.
It was a natural fit.
Yeah. So. One of the reasons why I asked you here was to, with your knowledge and living in and selling real estate in Mooresville, which is one of the most rapidly growing, I'd say, cities. A lot of people moving in and moving out. So tell me a little bit why this town is special.
Mooresville's been a fantastic place to live. We've absolutely loved raising our kids in Mooresville. It's got a really fantastic downtown. That's one of the things that stood out to us right away. And it's really continued to evolve over the last 10 years. From a municipal standpoint, the town of Mooresville has put in a lot of work with streetscapes and public spaces, parks, and then business owners, property owners have continued to improve a lot of, renovate buildings, recapture those old, so it has that historic downtown feel, and then, but just reusing these buildings that some of which have fallen into disrepair. So that's really cool for us. That's a big thing that we like. But Mooresville in general, the location is fantastic. It's close to Charlotte and all the surrounding suburbs around the area. And it's just like a 2-hour drive to get to Asheville, even less to get to Boone. So that's location standpoint, it just has so much to offer.
We have that in common. I went to college in the mountains. My brother lives in Asheville. We go and visit every chance we get. But it's easy. Mountains, and then a slightly longer drive to the beach.
Slightly longer drive to the beach. And now my son lives in Wilmington. And again, so it's a great spot. From someone that's relocating, it's really fantastic. Mooresville used to be defined as a bedroom community because they had more people that were leaving Mooresville for work than were coming in. And this came from an economic development summit that I was at recently, where they said Mooresville has just as many job opportunities where people are coming into Mooresville as are leaving.
Yeah.
So that's been, it's just been a really great community to live in.
All right, so every town has hidden gems. I'd like to know what a local spot for you, that's one of your favorites, and why.
There are so many.
It's hard to pick.
It really is. It really is. I mean, there's some things I wouldn't necessarily consider them hidden, because if you live in Mooresville, you probably know. Like the Merino Mill development downtown has, Alino's Pizza and Barcelona Burger Bar, but that's just kind of scratching the surface. Those are well known. There's, like, my daughter's favorite spot is called Sumo Shack. It's a small little restaurant in Mooresville, and Sumo Shack, yeah. Okay. And the owners are from the Philippines, and they have just a wide variety of food. And they actually have an old bar that was they purchased in Chicago and brought it down, and she's very proud of it. And it's an awesome.
Is it a centerpiece?
No. I mean, you can't miss it. You walk in, and it's just a great little vibe.
We are getting towards the end of our video. I have a couple more questions. The next one being, what kind of buyers do you see moving to Mooresville in the near futures? Is it families, retirees, young professionals?
It's honestly
all of the above.
All of the above. I end up working with plenty of people from out of state. Lots of people from the Northeast. I've worked with people from California, Texas. Like, there's just so many people that are continuing to move to this area for various different reasons. It offers so much for so many different types of people, whether it's coming for the lake or for jobs, careers. There's a ton.
Lots to offer. Last question, Shawn. Why do you love working with Lake Norman Realty?
It's honestly the people. The people here are just outstanding. From the top down, really. The values are outstanding, and there's been such a great focus on the communities that we serve. I just haven't had any reason to want to go anywhere else.
You don't have to say that. It's a good place to be. Well, this has been a really great conversation. I appreciate you taking the time to be here today and being my guinea pig for the first one.
Well, thanks for having me. It's been my pleasure, and I always like talking about these communities because it's just, I've loved living here, and I know other people would as well.
Yep, got it. All right, so to everyone watching, if you are thinking about making a move to Mooresville or the Lake Norman region, Shawn's your guy. We got a local here now. So be sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more behind the desk conversations, and we'll see you next time.